let's go ahead and take a look at what they've adjusted in the latest update of Project Zomboid. Again, build 42.17. Okay. We're going to kind of go through together and talk about it. So here's the change logs, right? So one of the things I wanted to take a look at is they updated the spawns. So you can basically now spawn in any single town you want, with the only exception being, I think, Louisville. Which I'm kind of curious. Like, I like this change, but if they're going this far, why not just add Louisville? Am I crazy for thinking that? In sandbox, yes. In sandbox mode. I think I'm fine with that. But that's kind of where I come from as well, is like, if they're letting us pick nearly any town in sandbox mode, which is like the pure custom mode, why not just throw Louisville in there? I like this update. I think this is a good change, and I think this will be very helpful for a lot of playthroughs I want to do. I'm just curious, why not give us Louisville as well? I understand they want to keep it kind of a late game place, but you know, come on. If it's sandbox mode, let me be a little wacky too. Louisville is ripe for a CDDA style mode, though. I mean, yeah. Likely due to lore, Louisville isn't infected for a few more days. I thought they were like the first infected. I thought they were like one of the first towns to go. But maybe I'm wrong with that. Someone on Reddit said it's because that city went zombie last. Is that true? The modders have had it figured out all this time. Well, truly, the modders have kind of had it figured out. Like, they with all of the spawn point mods, have kind of been solving this problem. But now, of course, again, with that update, we don't have to worry about it. By the way, I'm going to actually pull up the blog post on their website rather than read it on Steam, just because it's a little easier to do that, I think. Or do they have it on Steam? Oh, no, it's probably in their forum. Let me just pull it up really quick, guys. Hold up. PZ updates. Perfect. Yes, build 42.17 release. This way I can zoom in a little bit further for my eyes, team. Arg, me mateys. All right. Kimar, hello there. Would you ever spawn in Martridge? Yes, I would. I would totally spawn Martridge. I think that's nice that they let you spawn there now. I feel like Martridge, truly, in my opinion, you guys tell me how you feel about this. I personally feel like Martridge has always kind of been like a black sheep of the game. No? Like, I feel like there's never really been a purpose to going to Martridge. There's never really been like any inkling. The only exception to that is if you get the map, the random event where the giant apartment complex is one giant survivor home, where if you get that, then it's 100,000,000% worth it. The annotated map, yes, you are right, Billy Goat. It's for true mess kits only. I don't even know. Like, it's not that disgusting, is it? I don't think it was really that bad. That one map, though, is incredible, right? If you get that one map, huge W. If you don't, I don't really feel like there's any point in going there. When pretty much all the loot that the town has to offer, you could get at pretty much any other town, and then more on top of that. I feel like Martridge, very residential focused. And then they have like just a handful of shops, and it's like, okay, what's Martridge? Just kidding. Nussy Jussie. We love Martridge, okay? Let's never joke about Martridge. Another big thing, guys, they added in new VHS tapes to teach you some of these skills quicker. So there's one for aiming, animal care, blacksmithing, electrical, first aid, napping, pottery, tailoring, and welding. That's a lot of new VHS tapes. I love that. I think that deserves a bomb. There we go. It deserves a bomb for certain. Guys, some of these skills, in particular this, and especially that, kind of gross to level up. Kind of gross. Electrical VHS tape is also a pretty good W. I agree with that. I think that's going to be handy. I think having VHS tapes like this in general, very useful. Now, of course, it varies, I'm sure, a lot on if you read skill books or not, how much XP, but if you can get like a level or two off of each VHS tape, I'll take that. That's happy. That's making Beaver a happy Beaver. Jack attack by with 100 bits. I got that map a month ago. The loot has gotten nerfed because even with the map, the loot was extremely underwhelming for more than 1,000 zomboids I had to kill to clear the area. Well, let me ask you this. Was it weapons loot jack attack, or was it like crafting recipes and stuff like that? Because what I've personally noticed is in build 42, the survivor homes, they typically have like crafting recipes, rare schematics, things like that, versus, okay, we're just gonna have like katanas and like 500 shotguns, where that's what it was in build 41. I kind of miss that. Low-key, I kind of do, but I don't know. Alas. Napping is good too. That skill is so annoying to level. Yes, you have to just bash the rocks, okay? We yearn for the mines, at least some of us do. Hello there, Pepsi. How are you doing? I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm actually feeling a little sick today. So that might be why, yeah, like, that's probably why I'm a little lower energy than normal. But again, we're just kind of going through the update right now. We got a couple other changes. Fluid containers empty depending on the container. So it could take longer to empty out certain containers or shorter. They added in The Moments of Darius. My favorite book. Awesome. Updated pet name list in memoriam. Oh dear. I don't exactly know what that means. They did a lot of changes to the UI and controller setup. The controller stuff, I'm gonna keep it real. I do not care. If you're a Steam Deck user, you probably care. We do not care though. So if you play on controller, you let me know how this feels. I really care though about the UI stuff they've done. So they've actually resized a couple elements here. They've tried to reduce some of the sizes of windows, which is, in my opinion, I think good, because the crafting menu is always, in my opinion, taking up way too much space. So we'll see if that does indeed make a difference. You can see they compacted the crafting window control box. So again, we'll take a look at that in a moment. But balance, yes, you brought it up a moment ago, Conqueror. They have done some balance tweaks to the game. So first off, let's start with Apocalypse mode. Chance for vehicles to spawn with gasoline increased from low to normal. I'm fine with that. I am indifferent. I don't mind. Increased other loot spawn rate from 0.6 to 0.8. Again, we do not care. This is actually very interesting, though. This is very interesting. So I could be wrong on this, but from what I understand, does this not mean that infected wounds will now actually cause damage to your character if they are infected? Or am I misinterpreting this? Because Extinction was already at 0.5, and now it's at 1. They also put Apocalypse at 1, so they're keeping it the same. Infected wounds cause damage now? They limit max HP. Okay. Interesting. Matt, by the way, thanks so much for the follow. We're gonna have to look that up a little bit. I'm actually curious exactly what the wound infection damage factor really means. I don't exactly know what that entails, truly. But if it does indeed limit the max HP, I mean, that's better than nothing. I think infected wounds should do something. They should feel a little bit more dangerous or a little bit more annoying to manage because they are infected. Before, they didn't really matter at all. So again, this kind of incentivizes you to bathe as well. Kind of keep your character clean, which I know some of you, when we were playing with Sally Snuggles, were not too happy that we weren't bathing. But again, Sally Snuggles only deserves to bathe in the blood of her enemies. Or at least she did before she was brutally consumed by the zomboids. Someone died from wound infection in a YouTube video. I forgot the video. Okay, we're gonna have to Google this. I mean, we're gonna boot up the game in a moment. We're gonna like maybe test it out ourselves. So we can find out in a moment, actually, but we'll see. Daniel, by the way, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I never clean my Zomboid character. This is news. Well, Aster, if you do not clean your character, there's the chance that you could get an infected wound, and then apparently now, I mean, that's gonna do something. And that's on every single game mode too. That's on every single one. So they're making infection matter. At least matter in some sort of way. Again, we're going to look into what this means entirely. But we're going to boot up in debug mode in a moment. Sandbox, chance for vehicles to have gas setting value of normal reduced from 70 to 45. I am indifferent. This is the big deal, though. The traits and the occupation. So we're going to go through this. Chef now gives you +1 to short blade instead of +1 to short blunt. Okay, that was a bug fix. That makes sense to me. I think that's a bomb. That deserves a little bomb right there. We love fixing the bugs. Furthermore, DIY Expert now gives you Inventive Trait instead of +1 to Carving, and it only costs -2 points now instead of -4. That deserves a bomb. That's a good update. I like that personally. Doctor point cost changed from -2 to 0. Hear me out. That would deserve a bomb, but then they do this. Nurse also is at 0. I don't know how I feel about Nurse and Doctor both being 0. I feel like Doctor, for the amount of first aid points you get, it should be negative, but maybe they give an extra buff on top of that to Doctor instead of Nurse is also 0. I don't know. Nurse's other skills? Yeah, Nurse has a Night Owl, and I think she also is nimble. I think Nurse has more nimble skill. Why would the chef have short blunt? Well, it sounds like that was a bug. They meant to give it short blade, but they just put short blunt instead, so it is what it is. Farmer now gives +1 to strength. I'm gonna keep it real. That does nothing for me. We do not care. I still feel like Farmer. Does it to be? Am I a hater? Am I just being a hater? Do you guys think that does anything? You tell me. I feel like that still does not make me want to pick a Farmer at all. Common Gardening L. So you're not a fan of that Elysium? Agriculture XP is placebo. Well, fair. +1 to strength or fitness allows +10 at the start, which is big. Yeah, but is the difference from 9 to 10 really that massive? You'd still have to put in the points to then get athletic or strong to be able to get level 10 anyways. +2 does, +1 kind of nah. I kind of agree with that. If it was +2, okay, maybe you have my attention there. But with +1, dude, I don't know. +1, I feel like that does nothing. I don't know. Finally, glad I caught you live. Hello there, Alex. Welcome to the stream. It is a nothing burger occupation. I think Farmer, the only time Farmer makes sense is if you are doing multiplayer, barely any food on the server, and you're going to be away from the water. Like, then you kind of need to do farming. But I just feel like farming, for the amount of investment it requires, the amount of work you have to put in, the amount of crops you get back is just like, what are we doing? Like, I don't see the value, team, personally. I don't know. I feel like the farming skill in general just needs a little bit more work on that. I saw what they were doing in Build 42. They tried to make farming more involved, and I think they just kind of killed it. Like, I think it was the perfect level of involvement in Build 41 where it was like, okay, you plant it, make sure it's watered, check it for like a little bugs crawling on it, they eat the crops or whatever, and that's it. And now it's like, if you don't watch the crops every single day, you're cooked. Am I crazy? Please, like, tell me if I'm wrong. If you guys have other opinions, I'd actually love to hear that, but I don't know. I am loving how complex this stuff is. Magikarp is an enjoyer. Build 41 was much better. Well, okay, the duality of man from Eric. If they want farming to be a big thing, they should make the growing of crops easy. Yeah, I just think Build 41 had it kind of spot on. I don't feel like they needed to do too much. Build 42 farming is cooked, says Luna. Way too over-situational, says Small Town. I don't know. How are you doing, Small Town? Bibby as well. How are you? The fact that you only get XP on crops you planted sucks. Okay, that does also suck. I feel like any crop that you harvest should give you at least a tiny little bit of XP. They killed farming. It takes all of your attention. I agree with that. Bear, by the way, how are you doing? It's been a little while. Cola with a 90 stream streak. My God. I am keeping eating dinner and chilling before I play. Ooh, very, very cool. I feel like it's designed for NPCs in-game. Well, again, you know what? That is actually a really good point you bring up. I didn't think about that. Maybe some of the balance changes they're doing right now, and this is tinfoil hat moment. This could be in preparation for Build 43. Because maybe somehow all of these skills are interlinked with your group and everything. That actually makes a lot of sense. That's a lot of sense. That deserves a bomb. That deserves a bomb right there. The expected thing is is like me only getting carbon injection from objects I made. Well, that is another. They should have never made Dismantle XP disabled over default. I've been very vocal about that personally, but It is what it is. Trade points team, they've changed nutritionist from -4 to 2. I don't think that does anything for me, but very cool. High thirst is +2. That's a good... honestly, that deserves 10 bombs. That deserves a fuck ton of bombs. These two in general right here. This is so great right here. This is so great. This is probably the best part of Build 42.17 by far. High thirst and smoker. The combo has returned. Now, still, smoker, I'm going to be honest, for +3... I still don't think I'd take smoker that much, but for +2 on high thirst, yeah, I'll take +2. +1 was just a little too low in my mind, okay? It needed to give you more points. It's just, no. It was crazy. Kitten, hello there. We need a bomb emote in the chat. I feel like we had a bomb emote at one point. I actually need to figure out where it is. I take high thirst plus smoker regardless. See, the issue with Smoker in Build 42 is they've actually changed it. Again, they made it worse. It has more debuffs than just, oh, you have to smoke constantly, otherwise you get anxious. You get less regen on your endurance, you cough randomly. And also they made cigarettes and tobacco just harder to find in general. Now, of course, you can find the random cartons of cigarettes that if you do, it's like the jackpot and you just never run out of cigarettes. But still. I don't know. Smoker for me, if it were +4, I think that's where I would be like, okay, I'm going to go back to using smoker more regularly. But for +3, it's definitely more of a situational trait in my mind. I still don't think I can rely on this for any sort of stealthy run. If it's any sort of like high population run, I think this is going to be pretty challenging to work with, smoker in general, but trade-offs, team. Trade-offs, okay? Motion sickness is still nowhere to be seen. Oh boy, you know what? I haven't even touched that mod or that trait ever in a long, long time. Animal stuff, cool. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna glance over that because I feel like a lot of this is fine. You know, very basic. This is something I want to touch on really quick. Reduce the rate that gas masks and respirator filters are drained by corpse sickness. That deserves a fuck ton of bombs, especially for our extinction runs team. Again, cover your ears. The bombs are coming out, okay? Oh dear, nuclear apocalypse inbound to the yard. Hello? Question mark? But no, guys, the gas mask change, I'm actually a big fan of. I think that's good because those filters went quick on extinction mode. Those went quick. Very, very quick. Let's take a look at this. Added the movable bulbs to radio and TV shows that were not awarding them. Cool. Nice little fix. Adjusted encumbrance values of coffins and gym mats. I heard this is in response to something someone on Reddit did. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's kind of a funny thought. Adjusted carpentry XP awards for wooden floor level 2, level 3, softening beam, tannin barrel, and the churn bucket. So I don't know if that's more XP or less, but they're making some adjustments to carpentry there. Updated several tile properties. Okay, cool. Changed the tooltip for scrapping tiles to be consistent with picking up tiles. Okay. Updated some flyer definitions, pictures, and text. Very cool. Added guardrails for the other loot distribution functionality, so it does not include inappropriate containers such as trash containers, fridges, freezers, coffins, etc. Very cool. I love that. A couple multiplayer fixes. Again, I'm not going to go over all of this stuff, but it's again, a lot of bug fixes. For example, fixing server crashes when you're driving cars. That's always good to see. They added some DDoS protection into it. This is another, actually, this is one big change I have to touch on. They did enable any type of speed on multiplayer now. So before, it was only fast shamblers you could use. I don't know why that was the case, but it was only fast shamblers. Now you can have sprinters and slow zombies. Now, of course, the multiplayer netcode, probably a little jank. So I'm curious how sprinters feel on multiplayer. But I think that's a positive overall. I think that's nice to have the option at least. And just a lot of bug fixes for multiplayer. So again, I'm not going to go through all of that. But let's go ahead and boot up the game. I want to see these changes in person, team. Good eve. Hello there, Shark. By the way, Windmill, thanks so much for the follow. I missed your follow. I apologize. I guess we need to have a server to test it out. Well, we will have a server, I think actually next week. We might have a server next week. I promised you guys you would be getting a server very, very soon. Before sprinters do be teleporting, now we will see. Well, oh dear, is that why they were disabled? Atomic Duck and Rennaru doing a server with sprinters using a mod, and it's been running good. I have been seeing that. I did see them playing Extinction together in Louisville, oddly enough. So I hope their playthrough is going well. Wow, OBS, you wanted to capture the game right away? That is unusual. Normally, OBS does not do that. That's crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy. But guys, let's take a look. If we go in Apocalypse mode, we only have the 4 options, okay? As it said. But if we go into Sandbox mode now, look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to move my camera over. We have so many more now. What? We have Ekron. We have Fallis Lake. We have Echo Creek, which is returned. They put in Irvington. They put in Martridge. Riverside, Rosewood, those are standard. And, of course, Brandenburg. It's all back here on Sandbox mode. That's kind of a W. I actually love that. I like that they've made these changes. I also like that they added in little descriptions for all of the new towns they added in. Attention! Oh, man, I love that. That's so cool. That's really cool. I love the lore. I love the lore, team. The arc today, actually... Okay, so I will talk on that in a little bit. We're not doing arc today, though, to answer your question. This is great for RP? No, I think this is great. Again, it reduces the need for you to rely on, like, these custom spawn mods. They just give you the options. Again, I will reiterate, though. Oh my god, they have Valley Station as well. That's a crazy spawn! What? What? That's fucking lit. I did not know they put in Valley Station. Oh my god. Hello there, Encrypted. How do you have so many more spawns? They just added this on the latest update. They just changed it. Okay, so I guess now it makes sense why they don't just give you Louisville. Because if you want to go to Louisville, just spawn Valley Station, and they still require you to fight your way through or sneak in some sort of way. Valley Station, though, dude, honestly, in Build 42, it's been one of my favorite locations to hang out in. I really do like this area. I love that it's a spawn. That's honestly great. I think that's a huge W, team. That deserves a bomb as well. Valley Station is hard mode, TBH. I mean, we've had playthroughs in Valley Station. We've had like 3 playthroughs in Valley Station. More like 4. We've had so many playthroughs in Valley Station that I don't think went that bad. I feel like we were handling it pretty decently. Zooplar, Agent Perry, we had the Slayathon, and I think we also sent our CDDA character down there at one point. Alarin with a tier 1, by the way, for 2 whole months. Thanks so much for this tier 1. I appreciate that a ton. Fallout New Vegas. Indeed, we do have the Fallout New Vegas playing. I figured, why not? How are you doing? Tall with balls. How tall are you, out of curiosity? Thank you for the follow. There are barely any zombies there. I think it's pretty calm. You should do a whole stream mispronouncing Louisville on purpose and gaslighting chat. What do you mean? I'm not mispronouncing it at all. 6'3", my fellow 6-foot brother. Hello there. Do you have a spawn mod, or is it 17? This is just build 42.17. Valley Station gonna be a fire spawn. Rennaru, hello there. It's crazy. We were just talking about you a moment ago and how you're doing multiplayer sprinters, Extinction with our friend Mr. Atomic Duck. That's crazy. Alarin as well, with 1,000 bits out of nowhere. What? Thank you, Alarin. That's very, very kind of you. Very kind. Thank you. Enjoy. Well, actually, I don't think you get anything for the bits, but I appreciate the bits. The Corgi bits, no less. My god, that's very, very kind of you. Let me go ahead. We're just going to load in. I don't care about our traits. I just want to take a look at the VHS tapes as well, which they've added in. Oh, you know what we could have done is we could have looked at the... I mean, actually, I guess there's no point in looking at the traits because we just talked about them. But they did balance some of the occupation stuff. They did tweak some of the traits, team, some of the costs. We talked about that a moment ago. It is okay. Let's see what we get for a Valley Station spawn, though. I'm curious if it's going to be the trailer park, if it's going to be the gasoline station, one of the homes by the hunting lodge, somewhere else. Let's see right now. What is it going to be? Ooh, hold on. Wait, hold on. Bomb. That deserves a bomb right there. Ignore the fact there are black squares. Those are irrelevant, team. They have updated the survival guide. I completely forgot about that. So let's go through this really quick because this is very important. To move our virtual legs, use WASD. This is called walking. Guys, I hope you are all taking notes. Get your pens and your notepad's out, okay, there will be a pop quiz on this. I already have one pen right here. One of you can borrow it if you need, all right? I'll need it back at the end of class. Parkour! I like the little videos they've added on as well. I think this is very nice. You can climb over tall fences by tapping E. Huge, huge knowledge. Vaulting. Hop fences by tapping E as well, or you can sprint over them by running. Aiming. Hold down none or right click. None or right click. I don't think there's a none button on my keyboard. That's curious. Teacher, you got a paper? Okay, I have pens. I don't have paper. Guys, you need to come to class prepared. Okay? You need to come to class prepared. Where? Excuse me, Jamie, where's your school bag? Jamie, why is your school bag right here? How do I have your school bag? You need to be in class, Jamie. Oh my god. Also, Alarin, I don't know where this bit is coming from. Alarin, though, thanks so much for the 5 gifted subs to the community as well. Meep got one. I shoot cannon. And there were 3 others. Hold on, let me drop this bag. Banaga Bajen. Small Town in Games got one. And also, Skillatrix. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy those gifted subs. Thank you, Alarin, for the 5. That is incredibly kind of you. I appreciate that a ton. Guys, if you got a gifted sub, please be sure to thank Alarin. Where is the none key, guys? I have no idea where the none key is. I mean, I'm looking at my keyboard right now. I don't see a none key on there. Maybe you need like an advanced keyboard. I don't know. Strafing, though. Move while aiming to strafe. It's a way to sneak while looking around, though you will move at a slower pace. Interesting. Okay, I do have one comment. And of course, listen, they just dropped this update, so I'm sure they're going to make more tweaks as they go on. I wish this window was a little bit larger so I don't have to, like, scroll through all the text. That's a small thing, though. It also, like, the close button is, like, overlapping with the text. Again, very small thing, but I'm sure they're going to work on it as they go through. Let's just quickly take a look at what the other stuff it says. We learn about inventory management. They tell you how to double-click things to do contextual actions. Very cool. Encumbrance, they tell you, hey, don't carry things if you're weak because you will be slowed down, you little goo goo gaga, little wawa baby. Interactables, I like that they teach you about the light bulbs, television, radios. They tell you what's important, so that's pretty nice. Wow, they really expanded this. They actually have expanded this a lot. This is actually very impressive. They've tacked on a ton to this. This is a great resource. Wow. Multiplayer, though. Oh, wait. Okay, these just have little... Aw, Spiffo with his little Spiffo son. That's so cute. That's kind of nice. I don't know if there's meant to be text here or not, or if it's just meant to be photos of Spiffo, but I think that's kind of cute. Just having a little Spiffo there hanging out. Anyways. Beaver, do I go into caving or into a frozen tundra? I'd rather go to a frozen tundra than a cave. If you're talking about real life. People who go into caves, I think, are insane. Oh my gosh. They tell you about disposing of the dead. That's crazy. Dude, they really do teach you a ton, though. That's actually... This is actually very good. They go into a ton of detail here. Again, I don't have time to go through all of this, because I do want to play RimWorld in a little bit. But, damn. Okay, this is actually pretty impressive of a resource. Let's take a look at where we spawn, though. Okay, guys. Okay, hold on. I just want to refer back to the survival guide really quick. So aiming, right? Hold down right click. Okay. So I'm holding right click. My character is not aiming. My concern is rising. Did this update break some of my keybinds? That is not ideal if that occurred. Combat. Wait, I can't even... The aim key needs to be set to literally anything? Okay, hold on. I'll do 8 on my numpad. So then I can go and I can do right click. Wait, okay, guys, I actually... Okay. Guys, I don't think I can actually aim. Toggle none key to aim. I'm clicking right click and it is not actually assigning it to aim. So not ideal. Try setting it to default. Let me try that. That's a good idea. Okay, well, it's actually left control is the default. Oh, but left control is also my sneak button. Okay, yeah, no, I think we're cooked. Check your sprint key. What's up with my sprint key? You guys keep saying... Sprint is right shift. That's actually what I have it normally set to. My right key, I like my right shift to be there. So that's fine with me. I think that's actually what I set it to manually. Let go of rope being climbed. Wait, is that a new action they added in on this? Reset all? I mean, I actually could try resetting all. Is there a reset all button? I don't think there is. Let me do this. Let me, here's what we'll do. Because sometimes, I mean, listen, there were white squares on the screen. We know that's inevitable. That's not a good sign, right? Let's reboot the game really quick. Just give it a little reboot. This did not happen to me when I loaded in. Could it be a bug? I mean, it's certainly a bug for sure, I bet. Disable the mods you have. I can double check if the mods... I don't think I have any mods enabled, though. Hold on. Okay. I have 3 mods enabled right now. I don't think any of them should be messing with keybinds. But I will disable the vehicle ones for certain. The Twitch stats one, I know for a fact that would not mess with the keybinds. Like, no way, Jose. If I have to, though, I will disable it. Just to test. But if I can get... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, cancel that. Do not change anything to escape. Okay. So, guys... They might have a little bug. They might have a little bug in the code crawling around. Okay. Oh, look at that. Wow. The moment I say, hey, there might be a little bug in the code, who pops up but Stank Bug? Stank Bug, are you the reason why I can no longer aim in Project Zomboid? Did you destroy the Project Zomboid code? Did you sneak into the Indie Stone offices and put a little termite in their UI or their what would they call it? The keybind code? Sorry, mate, I'll get all right on that. That's okay. That is all right. Hi, Beaver. Where can I find a full art of your Beaver mascot? I would like to make fan art of them. Ooh, I appreciate that, Owen. Truthfully, I'm actually not too sure off the top of my head. If you check my YouTube, though, my YouTube banner, I think that would have my little beaver guy. If you're okay with that. Maybe clear all of your other keybinds set to left control, aka your crouch keyboard. I'll try that in a moment. Let me load in. I'll see if the squares went away. I've had that happen before, where, you know, that mod shows white squares. If not, I'm sure what I can do, and this would be jank as hell, but I'm sure I could do it. I could probably just go in, and I could probably, in the game code, like, manually set my aim key. So here's what I'll do. Anything that is left control. So let me make that C. Assign no key. Reset to default. Now we do right click. No, it's still not letting me be right click. Well, hold on. Let me actually see if it works with right control. Okay, it does work with right control. So I guess I can still aim a little bit. It's just right click itself does not work. My right click works. Okay, yeah, no, it works for, like, pulling up this menu. That's so interesting that it does not work for... Wait, now my right click is working? Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, it works now, guys. It works. E-Thrower, thanks so much for the follow and for the Prime Gaming sub. First-time subscriber. That's very, very kind of you. I appreciate that a ton. Fastest hotfix in the West. Guys, the bug itself has resolved. Go inside the house and aim again. Let's see if it's somehow related to being inside a building. No, being in a building is fine. Okay, wait. Am I crazy or does the movement feel weird? Did they touch the movement at all? Because I feel like I cannot... Like, look at how my legs be moving like that. Aim is right-click by default. It is having problems. Is aiming having problems or is moving having problems? Something is off? Okay, guys. I feel like... Hold on. Can we still have you do funny little emotes? Okay, at least we can do happy little emotes. That's fine. Something happened in the movement, because I feel like you used to be able to move around whilst, like, turning, and you can't really do that anymore. I don't know if that's intentional, or if that is, like, I don't know. Also, in terms of spawn location, we spawned in this neighborhood over here. So, not a bad location to spawn, because again, there is a burger restaurant over there is a food store down over here, and there is also a fishing store right there where you could probably get some basic tools and stuff like that. So, I actually don't mind Valley Station as a spawn location. I think that's actually fine. I think it's pretty good. Oh, I love the empty closet, though. Unfortunate. We do not get any items in there. I forgot. That is fine, though. Why don't we take a look at some of the new VHS tapes, team? I'm going to go somewhere with a beautiful TV, and we are going to watch television together. Yeah, the gasoline station down the road as well. I mean, this is a different gasoline station. I know there's a second one. Oh, is that one going to come in? Hold on. I'll let you in, actually. I'll let you in. Hold on. I just got to make sure the zomboids are, Alright, there we go. Come on up, sir. We are going to watch television together, okay? How many more are in here? I hope it's not a ton. Oh, dear. Well, here we are. Beautiful television. Ready and roaring. So let's go ahead and get a VHS tape. We want retail, I believe. Oh, no. Here, if we're gonna... You can come sit on the ground. That's fine. We'll watch together, okay? What do we want? We want to change the recording. So what would we be looking for? Emergency first aid. Okay, so that's got to be one of the new first aid VHS tapes. I don't know if there's multiple or if it's just the one. We'll find out. Can you give me a second, sir? Can you give me a second, sir? Thank you. Thank you. Put... Oh, wait. Okay, there it is. Play. Okay. No. Stop. We're going to learn about first aid. I'm JG Narwhal. What the fuck? JG Narwhal? Remember, drabg, D, danger, before treating a patient, ensure... Oh, okay, hold. They're not really letting me learn. Response. Does the patient respond to their name? A, airway. Is the airway open? Okay, that's a good one to keep in mind. B, for breathing. Is the patient breathing? If not, you will have to perform CPR. And last, C, circulation. Is the patient bleeding? Okay, they are not letting me learn about first aid, so I might have to murder them in a moment. But that's cool, dude. I like that. Do not give CPR to the... Oh, now they're calm. Now they're calm individuals. Wait a second. They're learning. The knowledge of first aid is keeping them at bay. That one is taking... No, you were being so nice. You were being so nice. If you dial 911, an ambulance will come to help you. You've done your part, so let the professionals take it from there. I bet you'll find that VHS tape, probably in schools, most likely. Oh, dear. No, stop. Guys, drap. Hold on, drap. Do I have any injuries? Never mind, we're fine. Circulation's good, the breathing's good, airway's good, everything's good. Stay on the ground. Okay, they die now. They've been so rude while I'm just trying to learn about first aid. No. We will not be performing drap on you, okay? It's Dr. ABC. Oh, it's Dr. ABC. Okay, well, I like it more when it was drap. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and get another VHS tape. Let's see what else they have in store. What do we have here? A lot of new exposure survival stuff. I wonder if they just made every single episode on TV, just like its own thing. But let's see if we can find one that's about electrical. Probably how electricity works, if I had to guess. There's also the welding one right there. So I'll grab the electrical one first. I care more about electricity than anything else. Oh, wait, I have to eject it. That's right. There we go. All right. Just let that tune in. They are not breathing anymore. Give them mouth to mouth. I will not be doing that. Wait, guys, we're learning about electricity from Ed Willis, guys. Okay, hold on. Hold on. The rate of flow of electrical current is measured in amperes. Very cool. Voltage is the electrical difference between one charged point and another. Electricity flows from a higher voltage point to a lower voltage point. Very exciting. Ohms are the measurement of resistance. Wow, okay, this is going quick. I wasn't ready for this. Can we slow the VHS tape down a little bit? I feel like this is going very fast. I'm not really getting an opportunity to really digest what I'm being taught. Oh, wow, dude, I lost... okay, so first aid got us 1 level without any skill book, and so did electrical. That's actually lit. It gives you exactly 1 level without any skill book. So, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's actually a W. Early on, if you find that in your playthrough, that's nice. It's a nice little bonus. You know what I mean? Let me get one more VHS tape. We'll take a look at one more tonight, okay? I would prefer to do tailoring, but I do see napping right there. The ancient art. Tailoring, though. Is there anything about tailoring? The petting zoo. Well, now I kind of want to watch that. Level 2 of the book? Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I think VHS tapes are going to become more important now in playthroughs moving forward, so we'll see. What would the tailoring one be called? Is it something... Oh, they have some farming VHS tapes. Why don't we take a look at a farming one, actually, because that... I'm curious how many levels that gives you. Growing fruits and veggies at home, volume 1. What are we going to learn about? Who's going to be teaching us first off as well? Who's teaching us? Emmanuel J. Lacey, and this is my garden. Ain't it pretty? But it's not just for looks. I planted most of it. Aw. Everybody has to have a hobby team. Bianco, thanks so much for the follow. And Lang with a tier 1 for 36 whole months. Bazinga. Unfortunately, 1993, they do not have The Big Bang Theory, okay? But if they did, we would be watching it right now for sure, okay? This is an indirect illiterate trait buff. I did not even think about that. That's a really good point. I still don't get why they have a carpentry show and like 8 episodes of carpentry and then some exposure style carpentry, all for that to be limited to just level 3 max. Yeah, you know, that's a good point. That's also something I wouldn't have thinking of. I can't even speak today. I don't know what's going on with me. Hold on. I must sip my little water. What's the point of 1993 if there's no Big Bang Theory? But we do have Terminator. Did that give me 2 levels of agriculture, by the way? No, it only gave me 1. I thought we already had it. I did see it taught us some growing seasons, though, so I guess that's nice, you know, to have a little agriculture skill, even though, again, I personally do not care. I will watch one more VHS tape, and then we'll probably just be calling it there. Overall, though, I'm curious, guys, your opinions on this update. What do you guys think? Obviously, a lot of it was bug fixes and balancing. I like the new spawns. I like the direction they're going with some of the traits. All right, I like that Smoker's now worth 3. I love that High Thirst is worth 2. I think that needed to happen. Overall, ooh, this is a dark purple VHS tape. Oh, that's hard to read for my horrible eyes, but that's okay. Happy 420 chat. Oh my god, I forgot it was 420. That's crazy. They dropped build 42.17 on 420. Can you believe it? Unreal. Beaver, I just got here. What is the update? Oh boy, you missed a lot. There's a lot to go over. I'll sum it up though. Balance tweaks. They let you spawn anywhere pretty much in sandbox mode. And they added a new VHS tapes. That's nice. Oh, wait. We did want to check one other thing. Wait. We wanted to see... I think it's going to be in here. Wound infection damage factor. Okay, if greater than 0, damage can be taken from serious wound infections. So this is actually... Let's take a look at that then. I'm going to get a little friend out. Or actually, I don't even need to get a little friend. Hold on. This is what we're going to do. Fuck that. Turn off God mode. See this window right here? Yeah, we're gonna smash that window. There we go, perfect. All right, so now we're just gonna put a little band-aid on that. And we'll see how that looks a couple hours from now, and we'll... Okay, no, I cannot have you guys here. Hold on. You guys are gonna disrupt the testing, please. This is not part of our experiment. Do not get up. I love that shade of purple, though. Oh my god, that's such a beautiful color. That's actually a great color. I love that sweatshirt. Happy holidays. Hello there, Gamers Fun. How are you doing? Alright, we're just gonna wait in here. I'll wait for that to get dirty. And we'll see if the health starts to trickle down a little bit. But this might take a little while. I don't know. Maybe I should have given myself like a laceration instead. You know what? I can do that though. Here. We'll make things a little bit quicker, team. What do we need? Health. Health. There it is. Health panel. Right at the very tippy top. So yeah, that's actually healing up so nicely. Although the bandage life is about to fall apart. Either way, let's just go ahead. Part change. We'll toggle a... Let's do a deep wound, because that'll get infected really quick. And then we will spawn in a simple rag. And apply the rag. Yep, already dirty bandage, so we'll let that go a little bit further. That's also dirty now, too. Dude, look at that! We're actually taking damage! Wow, toggle infected? Oh, is that actually for... Well, I think these are infected at this point. We are losing health, though. Let's actually remove this bandage. Let's see if it is, in fact, infected. No. Is it just because it was a deep wound? It's probably because it was just a deep wound. Here, I can get, suture needle. Here. Just to make sure we're not actually losing HP just because it is a deep wound. Here, we'll part change. Toggle that infected. This we can probably just heal that, right? Health full, there we go. Okay, so now we're only losing HP based on the infection. And yeah, it is not really doing anything. Not really doing anything. Deep wound will do damage if you don't stitch it. Yeah, that's what I kind of realized. That was my issue. Okay, I thought that was gonna do more, truthfully. I don't know, I feel like maybe we tested it wrong, but like, I don't know, it has to stay infected for a few days? Okay, well wait, hold on just a second, wait a second. Don't most wounds heal within like a 2 to 3 days? Infect every part of your body. Okay, well that does not seem like a good idea, but we'll do it for science. Oh, wait, I have to give myself a little scratch. 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 Here, we'll do 4 because this is going to be a lot of stuff to go through. And there we go. All right, now we'll put a little bandage on there. Spawn in a rag. Perfect. Spawn rag. Okay, spawn rag. I feel bad for our little character right now. They are in absolute agony right now. So, if what I'm understanding is correct, Conqueror is saying that the infection has to be a severe infection for it to do anything, which I don't exactly know what the cutoff there is for it to be a severe infection. Because right now, I mean, that's at maximum infection time. That's been stuck at 10 the whole way. So I feel like that's as severe as it can get. But maybe, well, no, the health is going up. The health here is going up. I'm not too sure what this is meant to be. Watch your thirst? Oh, we're just a little thirsty, team. That's okay. A little thirsty is all right with me. Just become a mummy at this point. You know, we're not even that wrapped up. We're still showing a lot of skin. Here, I'll get myself a little cup of water. We'll go to sleep. And, We'll see if that changes anything in the morning, if we're losing health or whatever. I'll have to get myself a little ham if I can afford. Oh, a lard! Yes, eat the lard. Perfect. Alright. Let's just go ahead. Game, or excuse me, it's body, and then just crank the fatigue so we can just go to bed. Comfortable bunk beds. Ooh. As opposed to not comfortable bunk beds. Very nice. Came in late. What are you testing? The increase the amount of damage you take. So there is now a thing where you're supposed to, by default, it seems like you're supposed to take damage from a wound infection. So far, it's not doing anything, though. And we've had these wounds infected for quite some time now as well. So I'm not exactly sure. I mean, these did heal, to be fair. So these are all gone. Maybe it really is only, like, really severe injuries, like a bullet wound or a burn or something. I don't, we could try a burn. We'll toggle burn and then we'll just do part change infected there. Just throw a little rag on there. Now I'm still regaining health on that. And if I remove the bandage, I mean, we are going to lose health if I remove the bandage, but that's because we're taking damage from the burn. So I don't know. We could be we could just be testing this incorrectly. I don't know. Truthfully, this might be something we have to look at a little bit more closely. The UI is just debug mode. We have a cheat code enabled so we can see like all the details on our health menu. If I turn that off, it's gonna look like that. So just default. Realistically, how would you get a bullet wound on vanilla single player? Okay, well, hear me out. Here's how. Build 43 NPCs. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's all adding up. Tinfoil hat moment. It's all adding up. I promise you, team. I think that's where it's coming to. I've been testing this setting since they added it, and it has never done anything I could figure out. Okay. So I'm putting on a second tinfoil hat now. So I am double protected from the 5G. I could be protected from 10G if I wanted, based on that. Could this be something that they have not fully implemented and are coding as they speak for the next update, build 42.18? So they have the groundwork where it's like, okay, this setting is enabled on all the playthroughs now. And then the next update they do, they're going to actually add in the mechanic, and then it's going to actually do something. That could be interesting. That could be what's happening. But we will have to wait and see on that front. Overall, guys, that's the update, though, for 42.17. Thoughts? Curious? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Anything you wish was added in? What are we feeling on the build 42.17? Why mention it in the patch notes, then? They mention a lot of things in the patch notes. Overall, kind of mid. Well, I mean, it was just pretty much a balancing tweak, so understandable. Which came first, online mode or bullet wounds? I think technically that's actually a really good question. I mean, I wasn't here at the very start of the game, but I know they had NPCs in a very early version of the game that they later removed because it just wasn't working the way they wanted. Probably bullet wounds before multiplayer, if I had to guess. But alas, guys, I think that's it for our time testing. All right.